Well, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to downtown St. Clair. My name is Bob Wheeler, and I have the privilege of bringing to you the annual Memorial Day Parade here in downtown St. Clair. It is a beautiful day, a Chamber of Commerce day for sure, and you can always count on it being some kind of weather here, either hot, cold, in between. This falls in the category of in between, and a definite Chamber of Commerce day. Leading our parade, of course, is the St. Clair Police Department under the direction of Chief Timothy Raker. As a community, we are very proud of our men and women in blue. That's why they lead this parade every single year. Last year, the American Legion raised thousands of dollars to help the police department with equipment and training, and we thank them for all their work. Following behind them is American Legion Post number 382, the Color Guard. It's under the direction of Sergeant of Guard Eric Smallwood. Others in the contingent are members of the American Legion Post 382 and the Auxiliary Unit 382 and Sons of the American Legion Squadron 382. This is the second year of the unit's participation in the Memorial Day Parade and is also available for community events. Next, we have our Grand Marshal and Post Commander. The Grand Marshal this year is Charlie Oles, who's been a Legionnaire for 65 years. He is joined by the Post Commander, Andy DePee, who is a retired Air Force Master Sergeant, and he's going to be stepping down at the end of this season, just a few days from now. They are riding in a vintage Jeep, volunteered by driver Marty Snarsky. Following next, we have the Voiture number 120 from St. Clair County, veterans of all wars. They're always welcome in this parade, and we always love to see them around. Walking behind is State Senator Dan Lowers. In front of the band, a new drum major. Here comes the mayor of St. Clair, Bill Cedar. Dan's been our state rep for 6 years. Here comes the St. Clair High School Marching Band under the direction of Micah Voles from St. Clair High School. This talented group is always the centerpiece of both the parade ceremonies that follow in the park. As a special note here, Micah is also a member of the Sons of the American Legion. Check out those red shirts and navy blue shorts, the white shoes, the white bucks, I call them. They're looking good. They had a chance last fall, to go down to Disney World in Florida. Had a great performance down there and a great little vacation. Always do a fine job wherever they show up at. Following behind is the St. Clair County Sheriff's Department and the U.S. Border Patrol. We're always honored and pleased to have these members join us for the parade, as they are law enforcement officials in this county. They do a great job, and it's great that they have time off to join us here on a national holiday. Coming up next is the Masonic Lodge in St. Clair, Evergreen Lodge number 9 of Free and Accepted Masons. And they're in the blue jackets. The Royal Arch chapter, the red jackets. And the Knights Templar of Michigan, Romeo Commandery, number 6, is in the black uniforms. This is the Masons' second year in the parade, and we're honored to have them with us today. The Knights Templar will be participating in our placement of the wreaths at the memorials during the ceremony following this parade. Stay tuned. Next, we have the Boy Scouts from Troop 261 and Troop 315. Troop 261 has been in the past parades carrying a large flag of the United States, and they're popular with the community. It's coordinated by Ken Fountain, and they are joined by the American Legion Post-sponsored BSA Troop number 315, which is under the leadership of Rachel Ferrer. We thank them for joining us here today. Our future leaders of America. Great to see them out here. Coming up next is the Girl Scout Troop 76415 and 71469. Sounds like a zip code. These troops of Brownies, juniors, and scouts are always welcome in the parade, and they always represent our community very well. This entry is coordinated by Frank Cole. Here comes the St. Clair Fire Department. They are never the last ones to the fire, but they're always the first. The St. Clair Fire Area Authority, so proud of these responders under the direction of Chief Dave Westrick. we couldn't think of a better way to close out the parade. As a note here, the American Legion has also raised funds to provide much-needed equipment for our first responder firefighters this last year. We thank the fire department for being with us again, once again. And in just a minute here, we're going to take a little pause, and we're going to get it readjusted here for the ceremony. And we thank you for watching. We ask you to stay tuned for the upcoming ceremony, and we'll see you again next year here in downtown St. Clair.
Comrades, to the 151st National Memorial Day. It is with great respect and humility that we gather together for this special day of honor of our heroic dead. This day is sacred with almost visible presence of those who have gone before us. It is meaningful to draw attention to the original Memorial Day, or Decoration Day as it was originally known, and officially proclaimed on the 5th of May, 1868 by General John Logan, National Commander of the Grand Army of the Republic. It was first observed on May 30 in the same year when flowers were placed on the graves of 5,000 Union and Confederate soldiers at Arlington National Cemetery. Again, welcome. My name is David Gillis. I'm the chaplain of the American Legion Charles J. Fulton Post 382. On behalf of its members and its affiliated American Legion Auxiliary Unit 382 and Sons of the American Legion Squadron 382, I thank you for being here today. We open today's ceremonies with a prayer for those in uniform. With the exception of those under arms, please uncover. Almighty God, we are in your hands. We give you thanks for all those, our comrades, our family members, our friends who have laid down their lives in the service for our country. May they rest in peace and may light perpetually shine upon them. May the good work of seeking justice for the oppressed and peace for all mankind be rewarded with success so that their sacrifices shall not have been in vain. And may we never fail to remember the awesome cost of freedom that we enjoy. All this we ask in your holy name. Amen. Those in uniform, you may cover. The band will now present the national anthem of Canada for our visiting comrades, followed by the anthem of the United States of America. For those who are able, please stand, and gentlemen not in uniform, please remove your hats and caps. sincere thank you for the continuing participation each Memorial Day of the St. Clair High School Marching Band under the direction of Michael Boltz, who is a member of the Sons of the American Legion Squadron 382. Let's recognize them for making this special day much more of an event. We find a great deal of pride in having them with us each year. I would also like to recognize just a few of those who continue to support the efforts of the American Legion Post 382 in this presentation of Memorial Day ceremonies. We are grateful for the continuing support and participation of the City of St. Clair's Police Department under the direction of Chief Tim Raker, the St. Clair Area Fire Authority under the direction of Chief Dave Westring, the St. Clair County Allied Veterans Council and its dedicated Honor Guard, the Blue Star Mothers of America, Michigan Blue Water Chapter 180, the U.S. Border Patrol, and the St. Clair County Sheriff's Department for taking time on this busy day to participate in our parade. The Boys and Girl Scouts for their display of patriotism by being here today. I might mention we've had more Scouts this year than ever before. The Masons of Evergreen 9 FN AM and Romeo Knights Templar. Silk's Flower Shop for always providing great floral arrangements, and a special thank you to the veterans and others who assisted in placement of hundreds of American flags on grave sites at 5 local cemeteries last week, and the patriotic young people who offered small American flags along the parade route. Thank you. A very special thank you is extended to Paul Dingeman, Kenny Young, and the crew of CTV Channel 6 for being so instrumental in promoting and presenting this event. I don't think we could do it without them. And although the day is set aside to honor our military veterans is November 11 and not Memorial Day, we sincerely appreciate all the veterans who are here with their friends and families today. We recognize and thank you for your service. Welcome today the Honorable William Cedar Jr., Mayor of the City of St. Clair, who will offer some opening comments. Mayor?
Thank you, Dave. Good afternoon, everyone. I would be remiss if I didn't thank Dave Gillis and Andy Dupree, who do all this work to make this possible in the American Legion, the St. Clair Police Department, the Fire Department, DPW, Michael Bowles, and the Great Marching Saint Band, Paul Dingeman, Channel 6, and Bryce, and all our special guests, and all of you for coming out today. Thank you. Today, people throughout the country will gather together and remember to honor and to pay gratitude to those who have served our country. Our gathering is a one small spark in the flame of pride that burns across the nation today and every day. It's not a lot, but it's one small way we can honor those who have made the ultimate sacrifice so that we can live in freedom. Your presence here today and that of the people gathering across the country is a tribute to those troops and their families. It's a way for us to say that we remember. From the soldiers who shivered and starved through the winters at Valley Forge, the doughboys who crouched in the muddy trenches of France, the platoons who patrolled the hazy jungles of Vietnam, and the young Americans patrolling the mountains of Afghanistan, we remember and honor them all. Thank you for being here today. God bless you and your families. God bless our troops. And God bless America.
We also have with us today the Honorable Dan Lowers, Michigan State Senator. Senator Lowers.
Thank you, Dave. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm State Senator Dan Lowers, and it's my distinct pleasure to represent you in Lansing and also to be invited to participate in your memorial service today. I want to thank everyone who took the time out of this holiday weekend to show your support for keeping America free. And I hope that you will use the rest of this weekend to reflect on the blood and the sweat and the tears that have gone into our freedom. Senator Tom Cotton recently remarked that during his time in the Old Guard, which is the military unit that takes care of all the Arlington National Cemetery and all the funeral services there, that he had a foreign dignitary with him. And when the foreign dignitary saw that the work that the old guard does and the respect that America pays to its dead, he said, "No wonder your soldiers fight so hard. You respect them more in death than we respect our soldiers in life." And I think that is something we should all realize, that as citizens of this United States, it's because of the pride and the commitment that we put in to our military and maintaining our freedom that we are able to be here today and enjoy this beautiful memorial. So thank you. Please take the time to thank those members, those family members that have suffered the sacrifice and the loss of their loved ones in service. Thank you.
At this time, I would like to introduce Post Commander Andy Dupuy of the American Legion Charles J. Fulton Post 382, who will in turn recognize two of our members, each having a major role in our program today. Commander?
On this National Day of Recognition, we again gather to honor our fallen comrades. Memorial Day is a very special time for Americans to reconnect with their patriotic past and historic values by remembering those who gave their lives for the ideals we cherish so much. On behalf of the American Legion, Charles J. Fulton Post 382, I thank you for being here today. I'm pleased to recognize two OLS members of our post, who together have more than 115 years of membership. The more senior OLS is Charles, better known to us as Charlie. He's been a Legionnaire since 1954 and has served in numerous leadership roles throughout the years. Charlie is a United States Army veteran, and this year he served as our Grand Marshal for the Memorial Day Parade today. He's joined by his wife, Nancy. I know they're out there somewhere. I think Nancy might be still sitting in the Jeep. So, please recognize me with Charlie Oles. Charlie? I'd like to introduce the junior Oles today with us. Tom, he's over in the Honor Guard. Oh, there you are. In stealth mode right now. Tom's been with our post for over 50 years and is an honorary life member. He was the 2015 Veteran of the Year for St. Clair County. Tom enlisted in the Marine Corps and following graduation from St. Clair High School, served in Vietnam with the 2nd Marine Air Wing, first at Da Nang Air Base and then at Chu Lai Air Base before being discharged in April of 1969. Tom has received the National Defense Service Medal, Marine Corps' Good Conduct Medal, Vietnam Service Medal with Star, the Republic of Vietnam Campaign Medal with Device, and the Marine Corps Rifle Sharpshooter Badge. Tom is a dedicated veteran and life member of the VFW and a member of the Vietnam Veterans of America Chapter 284. He's a dedicated member of the St. Clair County Allied Veterans Honor Guard and has served as our post chaplain, first vice commander, and for the last 20 years as our finance officer. Tom has a message today that is fitting from Memorial Day. Please welcome our fellow veteran, Tom Oles.
Memorial Day has a special meaning for all military veterans and others as well. As members of the American Legion Charles J. Fulton Post 382, we believe it is proper and fitting that we pay tribute to the fellow Post Legionnaires and special friends who have passed away since Memorial Day of 2018. During the last year, we lost Richard R. Robbins. Richard passed away July 29th, 2018 at age 92. He honorably served with the Merchant Marines during World War II. Harold Sayers. Harold passed away September 8th, 2018 at age 65. He was a veteran of the U.S. Army. Paul F. Deneen. Paul passed away unexpectedly September 27th, 2018. He proudly served his country during the Vietnam War with the United States Marines from June 1968 to June 1972. Paul was very active in his community, as many of the scouts in attendance may recall. He was with the Boy Scouts for more than 50 years. Donald R. Clemmer. Donald passed away December 21st, 2018, following a short illness. He served proudly with the U.S. Marine Corps during the Korean War and was the recipient of the Purple Heart. In addition to being a Legionnaire, he was a life member of the 1st Marine Division Association. Michael C. Tallman. Michael was 67 years old when he passed away October 29th, 2018. He honorably served his country for 20 years with the U.S. Air Force, including a duty assignment in Vietnam. He was an elder at the Emmanuel Lutheran Church. We will miss them all and know in our hearts how proud they were to have served their country. We are truly grateful for their service. May they rest in peace in our memories forever. Thank you for sharing this tribute today.
At this time, as in years past, the St. Clair High School Band will offer a special musical presentation. Many of you already know the outstanding performances we can rely on from this grouping of young musicians. Maestro Micah, the venue is all yours. High School musicians under the direction of Micah Volz have been a the centerpiece of our annual tribute. We are so grateful for adding an outstanding musical touch to our ceremonies each year. Thank you. Before we continue with our Memorial Day tributes, I'd like to draw your attention to the Fallen Heroes Monument. It's right directly in front of me. 57 years ago, President Kennedy proclaimed May 15 as National Peace Officers Memorial Day, which falls during National Police Week. It is during that week of May that we pay special recognition to those law enforcement officers who have lost their lives in the line of duty. 4 years ago, citizens of St. Clair dedicated this monument honoring St. Clair Police Chief John D. McDonald. In October 1962, Chief McDonald was struck and killed by a vehicle while directing traffic at a high school homecoming football game. The sculpture depicts Chief McDonald and 2 children at his side. We have great pride and affection for all the first responders and wanted to mention that today. Flowers may wither, but the spirit by which they are the symbol will endure until the end of time. Today, as a token of our enduring memory, we will place wreaths upon the Veterans Memorial and the memorial honoring Medal of Honor recipient U.S. Marine Corps Private First Class Dwayne T. Williams. May I ask the Knights Templar to take their place for the memorial salute. American Legion Sergeant at Arms, please cause the placement of wreaths upon the Veterans Memorial and the monument honoring Medal of Honor recipient U.S. Marine Corps Private First Class Dwayne T. Williams. Friends and comrades, please stand as members of the St. Clair County Allied Veterans Council Honor Guard for a salute to the fallen comrades we are honoring today. will close our Memorial Day recognition in the same manner in which we opened it, with a prayer. For those in uniform, with the exception of those under arms, please uncover. O God Almighty, as we depart today, grant that we shall appreciate and treasure the freedom that is our gift and our heritage, and that we may never forget the great price at which it was purchased for all of us. Amen. Those in uniform, you may now cover. May God always bestow his blessings on the United States of America and the brave men and women who defend the freedoms we have. Friends, we thank you for being here today. Comrades, you are hereby dismissed. Fellow veterans, you are invited to the Post 382 Hall for light refreshments and fellowship. Thank you very much.